think we're live. Just bear with me, everybody, till I get my little setup happening. It won't be a second. Bear with me just a sec, please. Sorry guys, I'm just getting my computer good to go so that I'm with you. Here we go, we're round the right way. Make sure you've got your sound turned up. Right, I'll just move my things out of the way, get this all in the center here for you. Hi everybody, welcome. Welcome, oh hang on, I've got the sound up on my laptop. Right. Hi everybody, welcome. So glad you could join me here today. I'm really sorry. That was a little bit of a chaos moment there. Actually that needs to go down this way. Yep. Today we're going to make a couple of cards, a lovely Christmas card and a birthday card. Why am I out of focus there? I don't know. Let me just bear with me a second. I'll push everything back so you can see a bit better. Yeah, so the theme of today is using leftovers. In my craft room, I have a box. I have two boxes. I have one that says odd words and bits. That's all little words, chippy words, tag words, all the rest of it. And I have another one that says odds and ends. And just whenever I'm crafting and I've got anything left over, I just pop them in there because, let's face it, they're too nice to throw away. Lots of little Prima goodies. I mean, I've got lovely little Prima goodies that I've had for 1,000 years. And yeah, invariably I use them from time to time. So anyway, if you, also while I think of it, for those girls that don't know how, in the bottom right hand part of your screen, you'll see usually a little square or a little diagonal arrow button. If you press that, you'll get a full screenshot instead of just tiny. So today we're going to make a little card. We might start off with a Christmas card. I'm doing some stencil. Well, I've already clear gessoed all the pieces to start with, and that's just to protect and preserve it all. Then I've used some texture paste. Well, I'm going to use some texture paste and a stencil, and then I'm going to add lots of glitter to keep in the lovely Christmas theme. Then we'll stick all our lovely little bits on. And then we're going to add some colour with the watercolor confections. So be a nice little bit of mixed media in there for you and a pretty little Christmas card. So I'll just put all those to the side for a moment. I pre-cut all my card elements last night. Now I've used paper from, I'm pretty sure it's the Amelia Rose collection. It's this one, and that's on the back of it. Oh my God, the paper is just so beautiful. It was too nice to cut up really, but I wanted just the plain white script as a background for my card. So yeah, Amelia Rose, and it's got all gorgeous rose gold foil bits all over that. It's beautiful. It's not one of the latest ones. I mean, oh my goodness, how gorgeous are the two newest collections. But I'm sure if you do a Google search, you'll find it anyway. So I've torn some bits to layer, and I'm going to stick them on, and then we'll do a little bit of stenciling on there to create some nice dimension and layers. So I'll just quickly put a couple of little bits of foam. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, hey? I'll just move those out of the way. Who's with me? Rhonda Bartlett from North Queensland. Hi, Darls. And Angela from down south. Hi, Angela. Bev from Canada. Hi, Bev. Yeah. Stunning colours, I know. And Linda from over in the US, my dear friend Linda. How are you, Linda? So I'm just going to stick that on there, roughly there. And the beaut thing about layers is you don't have to be precise, you don't have to be exact. You know, you can just go with the flow there. So I think I'll pop this one underneath. I mean, I would have used the florally side because it's so beautiful, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to add a busy background when I've got so much busy happening on it. I might slide that little guy in underneath there and just have him poking out there and turning those back, so that's okay. And I've got another piece, and you'll notice I've edge distressed them with my edge distresser. I don't know if you've ever seen this Prima edge distresser. It's a real oldie but a goodie, and it looks like something you do your heels with. But this little part here on the side, you just scrape that down your paper edge, and it makes it all scruffy and rough, and it's just gorgeous. I bought this about 10 or 15 years ago, and I'm still using it. So I never mind spending money on tools, because once you've got them for a heck of a long time, haven't you? So I'll just add another layer there. I'm shaking like a leaf because the panic to get on time, and because I've not long moved, and because it's that long since I've done a live stream, I'd forgotten what I was doing. And I knew I had notes somewhere, and I'm running around trying to find it all. So I'm panicking. So if you can see me shaking, that's why. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I've got some layers on there to start. So now I'm going to do some stenciling. I've just got a stencil there, little stars. I thought that'd be nice and appropriate for Christmas. Actually, this is the star stencil that's in my latest Christmas kit as a bonus that I've just released. Real nice stencil, and yeah, use that for a lot of things. So I'm just going to use some texture paste on there. So hang on, I'll get my little spatula thing. Not that you're going to see masses of it, but I'll just do a little bit around near the edges. So I'll just do a little bit here and there, put a little bit on the sides there. As I say, you're not going to see a real lot of it. Probably won't see much at all, but we know it's there, girls, hey? And it's nice to have all nice bits underneath. So that'll go there. Oops, I keep going out of camera shot. Yeah, for the girls that know me, you know I only moved 8 weeks ago. And it's just been the most insane time of my life. I have never worked so hard. Can't find a blessed thing. All of the above. But yeah, haven't done a live stream since about 4 weeks before I moved. So it's been about 3 months. So yeah, I'd forgotten, oh, is it button A or is it button B? But anyway, we're here. Now I'm just going to put my stencil in a dish of water I've got beside me, and be aware of that with your stencils. If you don't put them in water or wash them straight away, that will go hard and set on there, and you'll never get it off. It's not like ink or something. Now I'm going to hit this with some heat. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, I forgot a main thing. Oh, geez, Di, get with the program. A scrap of paper. I know I have a scrap of paper here somewhere, and oh, this will do. I'll pop it on there. While that stenciling is still wet, you know, the texture paste is still wet, I'm just going to get some glitter, and I'm going to sprinkle it on there. And what that's going to do is the glitter is going to stick to this, to the texture paste. And it's not sprinkling very good. Yeah, it'll stick to that texture paste, and that will give it a nice festive Christmas feel. Yeah, that's better. So I don't know if you can see the sparkle there, But now I'm going to tip that all off. And that glitter now is all stuck to where, to the texture paste that I applied with my stencil first. So I'll put that away. And I'm just going to quickly hit that with a little bit of heat. And I'm not plugged in. What's going on? Oh, goodness me. I don't know why that's not plugged in. Is this one working? That one's working, but it's noisy. Sorry. Maybe my heat tool got dropped in the move and it doesn't want to work for some reason. Sorry, this one's a lot noisier, whereas the other one's fairly quiet, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. Just bear with me a second. It'll only take a moment. It doesn't take very long, and it doesn't have to be totally dry anyway. I'll just prattle on whilst that's drying. Have you girls been making any Christmas cards? I always think when you're making layouts, whatever you have left over, that's the perfect pieces to make cards out of. And you've already got all your stuff out on your table that goes with it. So yeah, that's just perfect. Although I used other leftovers. Everything today I'm using is a leftover in one way or another. Okay, that'll do. It doesn't have to be totally dry. So I will put a little bit of 3D foam tape under the corner there to hold that down. Oh, it's got some there. Why didn't it stick? Didn't put it on right, or I didn't take the paper off. Who knows? Just bear with me a second. Who else we got? Melissa Addard. Hi, Melissa. How are you? And Georgia from down in Victoria. Bet you guys are glad you're out of lockdown now. Chris from up in North Queensland. How are you, Chris? Glad you could join us today. And Elizabeth from Uralla. Gee, my hubby used to live out that way. Very good. I'm glad you're all been able to join us anyway. Don't forget to press the like button up the top so that we leave a little footprint that you've came to visit today. Okay, so we've got that on there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add this doily. Now that was in my odds and sods leftover box, just a die cut doily, and I road tested a bit of colour on it there last night, and that works. That corner's actually a bit tatty, but I'm not even going to worry about that because we're going to add colour anyway. So I'll just put a couple of bits of 3D foam. By using the 3D foam in between your layers, you're really building it all up. So I'll just poke that about there. So that creates another layer, and I'll just curl those edges. Sorry, I went out of camera shot. I'll just curl them up a little bit. So now we can start with all our other yummy little bits. But before we do that, I put aside last night when I was deciding what to put on this card. In my leftover box, I found a reindeer, chipboard reindeer, and a word joy left over from last Christmas. So I thought, yep, they'll work. So if you've never heat embossed chipboard before, you're just using your normal embossing stamp pad, and I just go all over it to moisten the chipboard up nicely, make it all nice and sticky so that the powder's going to stick. And then I've got some silver tinsel embossing powder that I'm just going to stick over that. And nice if I'd have remembered my tweezers, but I didn't. As I say, my life has been chaos since I moved, just trying to settle in and all the rest of it. So now I'll tip that excess embossing powder back. Chip that over there so I don't get it everywhere. And now I'll just hit those two chipboard pieces with a little bit of heat. Can you see them there, girls? Just to hook the embossing powder. Just bear with me a second. That'll only take a moment. Takes, 20-30 seconds. You can see it's starting to cook now. You can see the silver starting to run. I'm sure most of you have heat embossed chipboard at some stage or another, but those of you that haven't, that's how you do it. It doesn't get much simpler than that. Okay, they're good to go. Just remember there's a fine line between cooking and burning. So we've got our little reindeer, we've got our little word, get rid of the paper. Okay, so we can bring our card back in. I did bring another layer in case I need it, but I don't know whether I need it. No, I don't think we need it. Okay, so I have got this most beautiful, oh, beautiful's an understatement, Prima vine from years ago. It was called Winter Branches Plum. You've all heard me say I used to own a scrapbook shop. There's the price tag of my scrapbook shop, it's still on it. And I've just been saving it and coveting it for just the right project. And then I'll get my big chunky scissors and I figured this might be the project. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that vine? Now, a leaf came off there, but I'm not worried about that because we'll just stick him in a moment. So we'll put him there. I also found in my boxes a couple of really, really old Prima Flowers. Where's the package for those? Here's the package. These ones, see, they've still got my old price tag on. They were called Guava, Guava, Peony, Etude, E-T-U-D-E. And it was greys and plums and purples. I mean, how beautiful is that? So again, I'm utilising old stuff. So we'll just pull that over there. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So we'll pull, now we're going to just tuck things in, layer them up and down. I might put the grey one over there somewhere. I'm just laying it all on first before I commit to gluing. Then I also found a couple of these Prima, what were these ones called? So you might even have them in your stash. Luna Limitless, L-U-N-A. I mean, they're perfect for festive sort of projects because they're silver. So I thought, yeah, we'll put a couple of those in too. I might put one up the top here and that hides that stem. Actually, if we pull this down a bit, see, and I do this when I'm working. I always lay everything on, pardon me, where I think I'm going to put it. And that way I can poke and tweak and move things as I go and not commit to the page until, until I'm certain of where it's going. That was another tag. I think that one was out of, I can't remember the other collection of Prima. So that needs a couple of bits of foam. So how nice are those colours? They're just gorgeous, aren't they? I think we need that up there a bit so you can see. I'll tuck that in at the very, very top. Oh, I've already pulled the tag off, you duffer. I'm going to tuck that in up about there to create another layer. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with how that is. And then I bought a couple of these things in a, $2 shop, and I've just cut a few little pieces of that. Are you upside down? Are we upside down? No, we're the right way. Sorry, I just looked at my screen and I thought, oh my goodness, we're upside down. No, we're all good. Hi Heather from North Queensland, how are you? And Jessica, Linda, I'm so glad you joined us, Linda. Who else is there? Elizabeth Pollard. Georgia said, this is beautiful. Emma's one of my team buddies on a couple of our teams. I love the layering effect. Yeah, so do I, Heather. I mean, it's all just bits. I often just collect all bunches of bits on my table of things that will coordinate well together, colour-wise or whatever. And then I just start adding. And it's a great way, uses up your bits. Everything's already colour coordinated anyway. So they're the bits I'm going to poke in the bottom there somewhere. So, okay, so I might commit now to sticking some things down. I'll get my glue. That's stuck, so that's kind of where that's going to go. Okay, so I'll just add some glue in here. This is a gorgeous find. Gee, I wish I'd have bought more of them at the time. How many times do you say that to yourself, guys? Hey, you think, gee, why didn't I buy some more of those? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Okay, and we'll put that one up there. This glue's pretty good. It allows me to play with everything without actually committing. Oh my goodness, those flowers, aren't they stunning? They're just beautiful. They've got a blingy bit in the middle and lovely feathers, and yeah, oh, I've got a blob of glue stuck to my nozzle. Bit there. Yeah, I really didn't think I was going to make it. I thought, oh my goodness, this morning I've forgotten which button I've got to press. And as I said, it's been so long since I've done a live stream. You know, I'm not as young as I used to be. Heaven only knows. Yeah, but anyway, played around and yeah. So please forgive me if it's not as perfect as it usually is. Tuck that one in there. Now notice how I'm tucking them in too. I'm not just sitting them side by side. We'll put this gorgeous grey one. It's got hints of that plummy colour all through it. I hope the light's good. Oh, Robin. Hi, Robin. How are you? Oh, she said she enjoys watching my process. Yeah, you did a gorgeous Christmas layout I saw online this week too, Robin. It's lovely when we can all inspire each other, isn't it? I mean, that's what it's all about. Okay, we pop that one in there. Now I want another silver one. We'll put another silver one over here. I mean, I always think you can never have too many layers. I've got to put that green leaf that I accidentally cut off. I'll poke him back in. Oh, how nice are those leaves? You wouldn't want to waste that, would you? But yeah, you want to try my process. Save all your bits and then just, you know, get all your little bits out on your table and you think, oh yeah, we'll add a bit of this, we'll add a bit of that. And before you know it, you've got a gorgeous layout done. Okay, so I can start adding a few of these now, I think. I hope the light's okay, guys. Can somebody tell me, is the lighting okay? Because here in my new house, I haven't live streamed before. So, you know, I had a posse in my old house that I knew that the lighting worked well, but I'm not so sure here. Oh, Bella, good morning, sweetheart. How are you? So lovely you could join us. Little bit of that, little bit of this. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Now we might poke our little reindeer up the top. I'll pop him on a little bit of 3D foam as well. Just slice that off so you don't see it. Yeah, the light's good. Thanks, Heather. I wasn't sure if it was, you know, okay or not. I mean, it looked okay to me, but I wasn't sure. Now I'm going to tuck him in up there. Oh, how nice does he look all in the silver. I'm loving that. And do I want a little bit of this up here? Never say never, hey guys. Where are we going to put that up there? Oh yeah, that looks kind of pretty. Do we want another bit out there? Yeah, why not? Why not indeed, hey? Okay, so speak to me, girls. Tell me what you're thinking so far. Are you liking it? Are you not sure about something? You need to know something? No, I'm not liking that at all. Hang on, let me just poke that in there. No, I'm not going to use that bit. Less is more. Yeah, no, that'll do. And our little joy word for Chrissy, I'll just put a little bit of glue on that. And I'm just going to sit him probably there on the leaf and the flowers. Yeah. And then I had some silver stars. I mean, they're just a peel and stick thing, but they're silver sparkly. These were from a project about 10 years ago. But hey, don't ever say I'm a hoarder, will you? And I thought, oh yeah, we can pop a few of those in. And we'll stick them here and there and everywhere. Won't use too many, just a couple. I might put another one up there. And then we're going to add some watercolor. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Yep, that looks nice. Okay, so far so good, girls, hey? So next thing is I'm going to use some watercolors, which are the watercolor confections. I've got a few sets of these. I'm using another set on a second card in a minute, but I'm pretty sure these are called Terrain. I'm pretty sure I managed to make the right colour last night. I added a bit of this and a bit of that. I'll just show you that card up close. You can see all the nice layers there. You can see all the bits I've added. Okay, everything's stuck down nicely. Okay, so I mixed a bit here last night. What I did was I mixed a bit of the purple. Actually, that's probably pretty much right. That's a good colour match. I thought I added a bit of blue, but do I need a bit of blue? Just to cool that down even more. Oh, now I've added too much blue. Gee, I'm hopeless. Hang on, I'll get more purple. Start again, die, start again. Have you ever had a play with the watercolour confections? They're so good. And if you don't have the right shade, you think, oh, like here, I think, oh no, that I should have added a little bit more blue. You can just add a little bit in and sort of custom make your own colour. Now, the secret with the watercolours is obviously water. Duh, that didn't take rocket science to work it out. So just add a tiny little bit, not much, just a tiny little bit of water. Or baby wipe in hand, so that if you need to block some off, you can. Okay, then I'm just going to go around the edge and add a bit of colour. I don't want it all perfect. I just want it very random. I wanted it all perfect, I'd have probably sprayed it. Oh yeah, that's just nice. It's just injecting a little tiny bit of your accent colour in onto your layers there and onto the stenciling in particular. Yeah, that's grading nicely there. I'll just add a tiny bit more up here. I mean, don't spray the whole card. You only want a little tiny bit. And I just let that dry natural. If I'm a bit too heavy-handed with the water, I just blot a little bit off with a baby wipe. Oops, wrong end of the brush, you duffer. Okay. So, you know, everywhere you look on the card, you've got bits of stenciling, you've got bits of watercolour, you've got some flowers, you know, you've got little bits of titivation everywhere. So I think that's probably about it for that one. Are we liking it? Oh, thanks, Bella. That's a lovely little compliment. Thanks, Rhonda. I'm glad you all like it. Okay. Don't forget to give me a like, girls, so I know you've been here. Up the top, click the like button. Okay. Okay, so I think that's just about it. Now, with the watercolours, as that dries, if you think, oh, I could have been a bit more heavy-handed with that purple, just layer it up, another layer over the top. That's easy done. All right, a little bit on that doily, because I want that to be a bit blotchy here and there. I don't want it all just perfect white. Yeah, that's it. So I think that's all we need for that one. Christmas card made That's a lovely Christmas card made completely out of leftovers, out of my odds and ends box and my odd words and bits box, and you know how that's utilised a whole bunch of old stuff to make something nice and useful. Lots of lovely layers and lots of lovely little bits and pieces. Okay, so we're going to now make a birthday card. My goodness, where the heck is it? Oh, I frightened myself then. Oh, I thought I'd left it out in my craft room. So again, all leftovers, all bits and pieces. Do you remember these from back in the day? The wood Prima embellishments. They were like train tickets and they had clocks and things to match. So there's some of those. There's super old pack of Prima Flowers. Oh my goodness, these flowers must be 10 or 12 year old. But hey, waste not, want not, I say, hey? So there's those. There's a happy birthday chipboard that I've already just painted black, and a chipboard flourish. Thank you to Crafty for all the lovely pieces you give me. So I just did them in black, ready, because I want black to be the accent. Here you go, I've die cut a couple of black leaves, just black cardstock scrap. That's a Prima die. There was 3 different sets of leaves in those. So I've die cut some of those. That was a broken bit of resin. I'm always breaking resin. A frame. I mean, so many bits. I mean, gosh, they must be 15-year-old, those clock faces, at least. Okay, so I'm going to start. This is a simple one. This will only take 3 or 4 minutes. I've already put the foam, the 3D foam tape on the front, and I've already distressed the edges. I wanted to do black with the pink because I think the black is makes a nice contrast. That was a bit of dotty cardstock I had, so I've distressed the edges and put some 3D foam on the bottom of that, on the back of that I should say, and I've made each layer slightly smaller than the one it's sitting on. So we might go that away, stick that on. That's that paper from that Emilia Rose. I mean, my goodness, how stunning a paper is that. I just love it. Love, love, love it. Sorry I'm only making cards today, guys. My life is just so insane at the moment. I just didn't have time to do, to think about a layout, unfortunately. We're almost settled. I've got the most beautiful new craft room, which I'm going to do a video on, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So I might put that one. Oh, gee, I failed there. I didn't put any foam on that one. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just, again, making layers out of, I had a bit of that left over. I had a bit of this scrap of that after I cut that square. So yeah, just trim it down and distress those edges and add some 3D foam and just offset each one so that you can see all the gorgeous layers. Look, it's 3 parts done. Now, next I'm going to stick the little Too Crafty chipboard on there. It's just a little floral border. I mean, we always need Christmas cards and birthday cards, don't we? Even if you're not really a card maker as such. Always got family and friends that you need a card for. Let me see, is that straight? Yeah, blind man, I'd be glad to see it. Okay, so then there was the acetate clock. Look, that's even got a bit of tape on it from where I've used it on something 1,000 years ago. Do you girls have a... Hi Norma, how are you? And Lisa? Christine from over in NZ. Hi Di, coming on late, that's okay. These videos remain here so you can view them at any time, you know, so if you do miss it, don't think you've missed it totally. Okay, I might poke that little guy in there. And we'll put the little wooden clock on top of that in the middle. So all these pieces are Prima leftover papers, Prima old flowers, you know, Prima mediums. It's all, and it just goes to show, don't throw stuff away if you've got leftovers. If you don't already have a little leftovers box, I suggest you make yourself one, because yeah, it's kind of sacrilege not to have one, I think. What I'm also going to do before I proceed, I'm going to add a little bit of pink on that white flower, just to tie it in. Oops, goodness me, I've moved the whole table. Sorry girls. Wish I could move that camera a little bit. Does that make any difference? Again, I'm using the watercolors. These ones are the tropicals. Sorry, I'm moving that camera around. The tropicals, and I just mixed, that's the, I'll show you. In them you get a little swatch and you just put a bit of each colour on there. So, what's going on? Uh-oh, bear with me, I've knocked something. Are we better? Oh my goodness, what have you done, Di? You were pointing up to the ceiling. Hang on, now I've got to wait for my computer to catch up so I can see. Are you back on? Oh God, I'm a duffer. Just bear with me a sec, guys. Have I fixed it? Oh, thank goodness. As I tilted the camera, I hit a button and you started looking at the ceiling. Sorry about that, girls. Anyway, as I was saying, you get a little swatch in there and you just paint a little bit on each colour. So it's good when you're doing something, you can, you know, you can just road test what you need. I'm thinking that colour. Let me just see. Just put a little bit of water on there to activate it. And I think it's probably that colour. No, it's not. So it's probably this colour. Yeah, it's that colour for sure. But I don't want it dark. I want it really, really light. So I'm going to dilute that. And now if you want to add a colour centre to your flower, I mean, that's just a white Prima flower. Always give it a little spray of water first, and that makes the colour spread nicely. And then just dab a little bit on, just on the throat of the flower. Okay, and that'll gradually spread out itself. So I'll just, that was the tropicals watercolours. So I'll just pop them over there now because that's all I needed for that. Okay, bring my card back in. Right, so we can start sticking on our flowers. Actually, I'm just looking at that light. That light is relatively good. Oh, well, I'm glad I've found a spot that works for filming in the new house. Okay, I'm also going to put a little bit of fibre in there just for added texture. I forget what they call this. Sisal, is it sisal? The stuff that they used to put inside mattresses 1,000 years ago. I think that's what it's called. Does anybody know the correct name? I think that's what it's called. When I use it, then I just sort of trim the bits off as I go. Okay, so we can start sticking flowers down. Now when your flowers, if they get flattened in packets and things, I always just fluff them up a little bit and give them that little bit of dimension back. Okay, so we'll put one up the top. We can play with them as we go. We'll put that little pink, white one that we put the pink on. We'll do him next. I had some other bits. I was going to add a frame and that, but I don't think I'll bother. I'm happy with that, how it is. And we'll put this lovely one over here. I had added a bit of iridescent medium to that to give that a little bit of a shine. I'll tuck that one in down there. And another one of these. Yeah, it makes me feel good when I get to use all my leftovers. So all those hundreds of thousands of dollars us girls spend on our craft, we don't have to feel guilty, girls, do we? If we get to use everything. The girls from Prima Marketing are on. Thank you so much. I'm glad you girls had time to pop on today and that you're liking the cards we've made. The theme of today's post for the girls that came in late is using up leftovers. Everything here is old. Everything here is a leftover in some way or another from another project or whatever. And it just goes to show, just because they're leftovers, you can still make a really gorgeous project. Those couple of little black leaves that I die cut from a Prima die, what I've done there, I've just creased them down the center like that, just to give them, again, that little bit of dimension. And I'm going to just pop a bit of glue on there and we'll poke those in at the side here. Yep, that's going okay. And I've got one of those wooden tickets left that were from that other pack. I mean, that pack must be at least 10 years old. Prima released them, a long while ago. So I'll just pop a little bit of glue on that. And we might poke that in the side there. Just so it's only just poking out. Just adds another nice little layer. And then we'll put our happy birthday on. And I just thought we'd stick that on top. Yep, happy there. So I'll glue them on. I'll get them straight in just a minute. Happy birthday. Just let me double check that's straight. I think that's straight. Now it just moved. I'll have to fix that up. I didn't use my frame. I never ended up using that bit of leftover resin. I mean, but that's the beauty. You just plonk everything on your desk that you think you could remotely use that matches with the colours, and then just start adding all your bits. I will trim some of these long pieces of fibre. I mean, I like them all sticking out, but within reason. Yeah. So there's this card. You can see all the nice layers there. Now, who wouldn't be happy to receive a lovely card like that? So I hope I've inspired you for using all your leftovers. Get yourself a box. Mine even has a label on it. It says odds and ends, and all my leftovers go in there. Okay, so one last thing before I go. As most of you are aware, I not only do I teach classes everywhere, but I also do online classes and I also do kits. At my blog, so if you just Google Di Garling blog, you'll find my blog, and at the very top of my blog, you will see this lime green paint splash that says kits, kits, kits. If you click on that splash, it will open up and you'll see all my current kits, my current online classes, I mail all over the world. Payment, either direct deposit in the bank or PayPal. So it's all very simplified. Before I just sold out of one of my current kits this morning, and hang on just a sec, I grabbed this one, which was my last Prima live stream. I think I have 2 of this kit left. If anybody wants them, just private message me on Facebook. And I also have my current Christmas one, which is this one with my gorgeous granddaughter on it. I think I have 2 of this particular online class available too, but it's first in best dressed on that, because I only have 2 left. So if you want one, you want to join the class, and the class you can do any time that suits you. There's no set time to do it, okay? As I say, just private message me on Facebook. This one's called 'Tis the Season, and the Prima one is called Treasure the Little Things, okay? Well, that's all for my live stream today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you liked my cards that I made out of all my leftovers, a Christmas card and a birthday card. I will get these photographed this afternoon, and I will get them posted. I'll post them both here and over on my Facebook too. And until next time, make sure you stay safe, have a lovely Christmas, and I'll just say bye for now.